Good morning, everyone. My name is Desi Kalaviandeusna, and the last name 122. Here. I will to talk about news. In the last report, the World Bank has identified the major threat faced by the economy of the East Asia and Pacific region. While the region has shown remarkable resilience in the face of a global shock, some significant challenges still lurk ahead. Next, I will explain the three East Asia and Pacific economic. Okay, I will explain in the three East Asia and Pacific economic threat. In the first, global economic slowdown. The first threat identified by the World Bank is the global economic slowdown. Slowing world economic growth has a direct impact on countries in the East Asia and Pacific region that rely heavily on export. Data show that GDP growth is projected to decline from 3.1% in 2022 to 2.1% in 2023. Itu geopolitical tensions. The second threat is rising geopolitical tension, especially between the United States and China. This conflict could disrupt global supply chains and affect foreign investment in the region. According to World Bank data, foreign direct investment or FDI into the East Asia and Pacific region decreased by 12% in 2022 compared to the previous years. And the three, climate change. The third threat is the worsening impact of climate change. More frequent natural disasters could disrupt agricultural production and infrastructure and increase adoption costs. The World Bank estimates that without mitigation measure, the GDP of the East Asia and Pacific region could decline by up to 7.5% by 2050 due to climate change. We can see the data on the screen. Here I will explain the data. The data above show the GDP or gross domestic product grow in the East Asia and Pacific atau EIP region and selected countries, as well as comparison with the other country group. An analysis of the graph follows. The first, GDP grow in East Asia and the Pacific atau EIP. Before the pandemic, 2050-2090 economic growth in the EIP region, including China and EIP without China, was around 6%. In the period 2022 to 2022, during the pandemic, there was decline in the economic growth in the region as seen from the sharply declining graph. However, in 2023, there was a recovery with growth starting to rise again, although it has not yet reached pre-pandemic level. It is projected that for 2024 and 2025, economic growth will continue to increase but remain lower than the 2050 to 2090 period, and the two comparison with other country group. The economic growth of EMDA or emerging market and development economy countries outside EIP is lower than of the EIP region. Developed countries are experiencing very low economic growth, and in 2024 and 2025 are expected to remain well below 2%. And the three, GDP growth in selected countries. In the first, Vietnam growth was high before the pandemic but declined during the pandemic. Is it projected to return to growth in 2024 and 2025. I'll talk now as high before the pandemic. Second, there is China. China economic experienced very good growth before the pandemic, but in 2020 to 2022, there was a significant decline. Economic recovery in 2023 is in picking up, but growth is expected to be slower in the 2024 and 2025 projection. And the third is Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, and Thailand. These countries experienced varying decline in economic growth during the pandemic. Indonesia and the Philippines are expected to experience a better recovery, while Malaysia and Thailand saw slower growth. Even Thailand is projected to contract in 2025. And the fourth and the last general conclusion, the EIP region continues to grow faster than other regions but still slower than before the pandemic. The two economic recovery in most countries is expected but at varying speed. And the three developing and developing countries outside the EIP have much slower growth. This economic growth projection can be used to assess appropriate economic policies and strategies for post-pandemic economic recovery, especially in the EIP region. Okay, the last conclusion. Despite the challenges, the World Bank remains optimistic about the long-term prospect of the East Asia and Pacific region. However, appropriate political and strong regional cooperation are needed to address the threat. The World Bank stresses the importance of investing in green technologies, strengthening health system, and improving economic resiliency to ensure sustainability growth in the future.